right, welcome to another episode of Getting Real in the Field. And I'm your host, 𝗙𝗶𝗲𝗹𝗀𝗀, and this is 𝐂𝐎𝐏𝐄.
Whoa, that is, I mean, if anything, to listen to that, that's pretty damn cool.
Yes, man.
I am here for you.
Oh, we have too much fun.
Always, man. So what are we going to talk about today?
Well, I've been talking to a lot of agents lately, and they are like, with the market slowing down, and people are hesitant, thinking about, hey, I should pause everything, right? I should stop the marketing. I should just go hunker down. And to be honest with you, it reminds me of like what happened just when COVID was hitting, right? And everybody was just hit the pause button with their business.
Yep.
And I thought this would be a good topic tonight, and maybe kind of get your perspective, because you've been doing this a lot longer than I have, and I want to kind of hear your thoughts as an agent. How do you go through these tough times? Like, what are, give us your secrets.
Sure. So I've got 3 points I want to make on this, because I think it's super important, because a lot of agents are freaking out right now.
Yeah.
They're concerned of what's going to happen. They're getting mixed reviews on what is happening with the Fed. They blame interest rates, that they're not busy, and all these kinds of things. And the reality of it is it has nothing to do with anything other than the amount of effort that you're putting into the business.
Ooh, that's a tough one, man. Oh, I mean, like, you hear, yes, the interest rates is slowing down, not a lot of homes on the market. Gosh, you throw in whatever, right? The sky's falling, the war that's going on, and so forth as well too. So yeah, what do you say?
Okay, so
tips, man.
All right. So number one is you got to have a business plan. If you haven't started your business plan yet, you're already a month behind, because December 1st was the first day of the new year, because you got to remember that it takes 30 days to close. So anything you're doing right now that you get under contract isn't closing until January. And January, February, March are the toughest 3 months of the year, because it's, people are waiting. They're waiting for tax returns to come back. They're just trying to see what's going to happen. They're still recovering from the holidays, whatever their excuses are. And if you're not being proactive right now in trying to figure out, okay, what kind of effort am I going to need to put in order to get the amount of return that I need right now? And one of the things I've heard is that we're probably going to be nationwide another 15% down next year than we are this year. So that means that you need to put in 15% more effort to get the same result. If you had a decent year this year, you're going to have to put in 15% more effort than you are now. So if you're doing 100 calls a week, you're going to do 115 calls a week. So 15% more effort.
I love what you're saying. It just kind of reminds me of kind of like, when the tough gets going, don't go packing, but you put in the extra effort as well too.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. What is it? When the going gets tough, the tough get going.
Yeah, exactly. Right.
So you got to hunker down like you're going to war with, basically the rhetoric out there.
Yeah.
So, to figure out what it's going to take, how many closings you need, what is your average commission rate in your area, how many closings you're going to have. And then just, if you needed 25 meaningful conversations, it's probably going to take you 115 calls to get those 25 conversations, rather than 100 calls to get those 25.
So are you, and what's your take? Do you adjust the business plan or to kind of reflect the market, or what do you?
Well, I think it's good to just know that, I guess the one thing you do have going for you is, there's probably going to be about 15% of the agents out of the business at the end of this year.
Oh,
because agents are just evaluating. It's probably even more than that, because agents are evaluating, what's going on with NAR, with the lawsuits that are going on right now.
That's right. Yeah.
And they're all just like, you know what, I'm just dipping out like 100% all the way out of the game to just not avoid it altogether, because it's still going to cost you the same amount of money to be part of NAR, but part of your local boards, part of your MLS. None of those fees are going to change. And you know, a lot of agents are kind of evaluating like, you know what, I just can't afford to be spending all this money on lead generation. And so that leads me to my next point, which is you already have a decent database already, and you should be digging deep into that. So going back to the business plan, your business plan should have a good frequency of nurturing your old past clients, any of those leads that you didn't convert this year, because the Fed has already announced that they're going to be doing something with the rate, and it sounds like it's going to go down, whether that's 1 or 2 times or 4 times this coming year is important, because then those buyers that were on the fence are now looking into the future saying, hey, you know what, we might be making a move going into 2024. So nurture is always a long game. And if you're freaking out about, I don't know what to do, I don't know what I'm doing, well, then you're probably not nurturing your client base either, because you're just kind of stewing in the, you know, the stagnant water of what we call real estate. And, you know, because 2020 is over. It's been over for 3 years now. Those crazy calls of like, get me out there, let me go look at houses, I want to get my offer in, all that kind of stuff is over. But now the doom and gloom of real estate, you know, is saying, hey, you know, just sit back and like, you know, watch, you know, and that's not good for your
That's not a good strategy,
business
man.
plan. Not a good strategy. So being more proactive, making more phone calls. And not only that, but I would say, look at your part of your business plan, look at your verticals of where you're getting your leads from, and then knowing your numbers and doubling down on one of those lead gen sources. So for example, if let's say your number one source of deals is past clients, well, then I would be reaching out more often to your past clients and adding value, you know, whether that's sending out postcards or doubling down on your emails, asking for more referrals, whatever that is, whatever is good for business. And then the last thing is, don't stop marketing, because marketing is a long-term game. You know, you need to lay the groundwork now, because it's a 3 to 6 months when they're making a decision. If you're holding back, well, now it puts you that far behind.
You know what? I also say, like, don't, and I totally agree with you. Don't stop marketing, because you know, you don't know when the market's going to shift and change and climb back up. And, you know, if you put a pause in your business, if you put a pause in your marketing, you know, when the market starts shifting slowly overnight, it's not going to be overnight to say, okay, well, I'm going to pick up marketing again. You will be like kind of sleep. It's, you know, it's going to slowly change. And if you stop marketing, you are going to miss out on the opportunities, because marketing takes time, similar to what you're saying about nurturing as well too. And you're going to miss out if you stop the marketing.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, we've been doing some nurturing sequences right now. We just sent out the 9-word email. I don't know if you've heard of this strategy before.
No.
But it's, are you still looking to buy or sell? And then it was a question mark. And then underneath it, it says, please respond with buyer or seller. And within 24 hours, I think I got 32 responses.
Really?
Which is pretty nuts from a 9-word email. Yeah.
That's amazing.
So
man.
if you got a big old database, send out the 9-word email, and I guarantee you're going to get people to respond, because it's simple. They don't have to overthink it. They just respond. And I picked up an active client out of it. So,
nice.
The other one is, what was the other one we just sent out? Oh, the deal of the week. So we're sending out this deal of the week every Friday. We send out an email that basically says, you know, 3-bed, 2-bath, 2-car garage, and it's under what normal market value is for average home in the community. So it's stimulating my email database, and we're getting responses from that too. So it's one of those things where it's like, you know, you got to do different things to get different results. And if you're not doing stuff like that right now, then you should probably start. And so if you want to know more about how to stimulate your database, I know last week we talked about how to stimulate the algorithm, And so it's just one of those things where you got to start doing different things to get different results.
Yep.
You know, I've heard it said best, like you've got to live like no one else in order to live like no one else. So in order to do that, you've got to take action. And ultimately it's, you know, at the end of the day, it's nobody's fault but your own.
I agree with you. And you know what? I really think that the biggest takeaway out of those 3 key points, you know, don't stop the marketing, have the business plan, and nurturing is a long-term game, right? I think the biggest takeaway for me as we wrap up is don't hit pause on your business. Because if you do, you're going to stop your business completely and you're going to lose out.
Yep. Don't be a statistic. All right, Keck, if people want to know more about how to double down on these items, how can they get hold of you?
Yeah, no, if you want to learn more about creating a business plan or doing the marketing, you know, even for what we do as well too, is that what we do is like, the marketing that we do, you don't have to pay for anything until you close. You know, reach out to me. You can check us out, fieldnotes.ai, or reach out to me directly, 425-740-0260. How about you, JP?
All right, so if you want to know more about how to keep more of your own money, not have monthly fees, get residual income, there's 9 different ways to make money at Real. So if you're interested, please reach out. You can give me a text or a DM, or you can just call me at 307-772-1184. Look forward to hearing from you, and that is going to wrap up another episode of Getting Real in the Field. Peace.